This whole episode has been easy fodder for comedians. Jon Stewart, a friend of Anthony Wiener's, this was his take last night.
The most upsetting thing about having a friend caught up in a scandal of this nature is finding out, A, he's packing jumbo heat, and B, that he's ripped. How good is the congressional health care plan?
Oh, Jonathan Martin from Politico. Do you like how we got to set you up there? You know, we always want you to be able to take that one. All right, so
I thought I was going to come on here and talk about entitlement reform, Medicaid reimbursement rates, the serious issues facing this country. You know, where's the substance here, guys?
Well, wrong show.
Yes. Yeah, that's why you can tackle, because we know you can tackle these things. All right. But seriously though, can Anthony Weiner really ride this storm out? Do you think he stays?
I mean, if you look at recent precedent, a lot of these politicians can do it. I mean, I think that's the lesson. If you just hunker down and wait for the press to find the next story, then you can survive. I mean, look at how many times, have Ensign and Vitter, even Mark Sanford, types survived here in recent years. And they all kind of did the same thing, guys. They all had a really tough, couple of news cycles, and then things went away. Now, for Ensign, of course, he eventually had to go because more information came out. But if you look at Vitter and Sanford, they survived because there just wasn't new information that came about, and they were counting on the fact that the voracious press corps was going to find something else to eat.
Well, they got a particularly hungry press corps in New York, and we do have new revelations out there. Plus, the other dynamic here is he doesn't have any friends here, Jonathan. As you know, Nancy Pelosi leading the charge for an ethics investigation. It's a good point, Rick. Two things that you mentioned. Of course, New York is not Louisiana or South Carolina in terms of the press corps wanting a scalp, and there is very little support for him, not just within the House leadership, but the White House is not terribly fond of Anthony Weiner either. So I think if there is more information here and this ethics committee does continue apace and it looks pretty grim, I think you'll see some pressure for him to actually get out. But if you're Anthony Weiner, you're looking next year at potentially losing your seat now because of the redrawing of the lines. Why would you quit now when you can, sort of fight, hopefully ride this thing out, see what happens in Albany with redrawing of the lines? Maybe you're not even going to have a seat, but why take that risk now and stepping down? So I think we'll at least try to fight for a while now, it seems like, Rick.
Quickly, let's look at the presidential. We'll switch gears for a second here. New poll out today, ABC, Washington Post shows Mitt Romney in a really, really strong position. Do you think that this gives him a nice bump going forward? And what does this mean for Pawlenty, who many people see as almost more likely to win the nomination?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think this poll offers Romney a nice process argument with elites, and especially fundraisers. He can sort of send this poll around to his bundlers, his potential bundlers, and say, guys, the train's leaving the station. There's not another one coming for a long time. Get on board. Right. And this kind of national polling, I think, helps with that more than anything else. Look, you guys and I know this is a reflection largely of name ID and also the state of the economy right now in June of 2011. Jonathan, but it does help them, I think, with donors. We're gonna have to wrap it right there. Jonathan Martin from Politico, who we know from experience is ripped, just like Anthony Weiner. He wouldn't show you here on camera. Twitter.com.